left the entire Wilson clan dumbfounded. They all thought she'd lost her mind. Talk about a death wish, hogging the spotlight like that. What could possibly come from it besides utter humiliation? Emgrand Group was the biggest conglomerate in Oris Hill. What would they want with some small fry like the Wilsons? Anyone volunteering for this guaranteed train wreck was doomed to fail. Harold couldn't resist mocking her. Claire, you seriously think you have a shot at landing a contract with Emgrand? Wendy joined in, sneering. Get real, Claire. You know your place, and you know where Emgrand sits. Strolling in there half-cocked is just going to drag our family name through the mud. Another voice chimed in. Totally. When Emgrand throws her out on her butt, the Wilsons will be the laughingstock of the whole city. Claire's cheeks burned with embarrassment. Ever since marrying Charlie, her standing in the family had plummeted. She felt increasingly sidelined, nearly pushed out entirely. Even her parents were targets of constant ridicule. Deep down, Claire hoped scoring this Emgrand project would cement her position and let her parents hold their heads high again. But now, getting raked over the coals by the whole clan, her confidence wavered. She shot Charlie a pained look. Why had she let him talk her into this? If she'd known it would blow up so spectacularly, she never would have stood up in the first place. Hearing their snarky commentary, Mrs. Wilson seethed with rage. After repeatedly pleading for someone to step up, no one had the guts. Now that Claire finally volunteered, these ingrates were dumping ice water on her head. The old matriarch had never been Claire's biggest fan, but at least the girl was trying to help shoulder the burden, unlike the rest of these spineless clams, especially Harold. Her darling grandson had really let her down this time. With that, Mrs. Wilson's attitude toward Claire shifted dramatically. Enough! She barked. Since the rest of you are too chicken to try, shut your mouths. Claire will be the one to handle negotiations with Emgrand Group. End of discussion. Claire swallowed hard. Don't worry, Grandma. I'll give it my all. I promise. Harold scoffed under his breath. What's the point? You're just going to crash and burn and humiliate the family. Charlie shot back. Geez, Harold, why so negative? You don't think the Wilsons are good enough to partner with Emgrand? Caught off guard that Charlie dared speak up, and seeing Mrs. Wilson's darkening expression, Harold backpedaled. That's not what I meant. I just don't think Claire has a prayer of pulling this off. All right then, Charlie grinned slyly. How about a little wager? If Claire manages to open negotiations, you get down on your knees in front of everyone and knock your head on the floor 3 times, admitting you were dead wrong. But if she strikes out, I'll do the groveling. What do you say? Harold barked out a laugh. You're on, loser. No way I'll lose to a piece of trash like you. Charlie nodded, looking smug. Okay. The whole family is witness. If either of us welches, we're basically wishing death on our parents and grandparents. Knowing Harold wouldn't dare back out if it meant cursing his beloved grandma to an early grave. Mrs. Wilson would have his head. Fine by me, Harold crowed, oblivious to the trap he'd just walked into. In his mind, losing was impossible. Y'all heard it. Get ready to watch this bum kneel to me. Claire was stunned. She kept signaling Charlie with her eyes to drop it, but he paid no attention. Mrs. Wilson couldn't care less about their little pissing contest. Her sole focus was getting the Wilsons on Emgrand's partner list. If Claire pulled that off, she wouldn't even blink if Harold had to call Charlie Daddy. Enough, she declared. Claire, you have 3 days to land that contract. This meeting is adjourned. Back home, Elaine and Jacob laid into Claire and Charlie. Have you lost your mind, young lady? Elaine ranted. Letting that good-for-nothing fill your head with crazy talk. Jacob joined in, berating his son-in-law. Charlie, you wastrel. You doomed my little girl with your idiocy. Jacob continued angrily. If she can't even get her foot in the door with Emgrand, the family will ice her out for sure. And you worthless sack of crap, will have to get on your knees and grovel to Harold in front of everybody. You want to see her lose everything?" Charlie replied firmly, "Listen, Dad, Mom, if Claire can just open a dialogue with them initially, it'll solve all our problems." "Shut your trap," Jacob snapped. "M Grand Group is way out of our league. Why would they even give us the time of day?" Unfazed, Charlie smiled. "Maybe they will. Who knows? I truly believe Claire's got this in the bag. She'll bring home that contract. Guaranteed." Elaine's nostrils flared as she sneered at him. "Oh, you think so? What are you, the frickin' chairman of M Grand? Quit talking out your butt, you useless turd. Shut your pie hole already." Seeing their relentless attacks on Charlie, Claire, "Mom, Dad, this isn't his fault. I'm just sick of being looked down on. Haven't we eaten enough crow over the years?" Elaine shot back. "Then you never should have agreed to this. Forget you. Even if your grandma herself showed up, M Grand wouldn't give her the time of day." Charlie watched the absurd scene unfold with a wry smile. His snobby in-laws would never believe the truth, even if it slapped them in the face. He was the chairman of M Grand Group, for crying out loud. Just then, there was a knock at the door. "I'll get it," Elaine huffed, pulling it open. In waltzed a snazzily dressed young man in a designer suit, sporting a luxury watch that had to be worth at least a few million. He was the total package: looks, style, the works. "Well, if it isn't Wendell," Elaine gushed. "What brings you here?" This was none other than Wendell Jones, scion of the powerful Jones family and Claire's longtime admirer. Flashing a megawatt grin, Wendell explained, "Hey, Auntie, word on the street is Claire's spearheading the M Grand partnership. I'm here to offer my expertise." "Oh, you're a lifesaver!" Elaine practically swooned, welcoming him in like a conquering hero. "So, Wendell, got any bright ideas for helping Claire land this contract?" Wendell nodded confidently, completely ignoring Charlie, who might as well have been an ant on the sidewalk. He made a beeline for Claire, giving her a suave smile. "Claire, I'm a little hurt you didn't loop me in on this, but don't worry. My company has an in with M Grand. I'll have my dad pull some strings, go to bat for you 100%. In reality, Wendell's father wielded nowhere near that kind of clout. This was all a ruse to impress Claire. She'd always sensed his underlying agenda, so her reply was frosty. "That's very kind of you, Wendell. I appreciate it, but I'll handle this myself." "Are you out of your mind, girl?" Pfft. Elaine sputtered in disbelief. "Wendell is graciously offering to help, and you give him the cold shoulder?" Claire fell silent, but Charlie piped up, clearly amused. "Color me curious, Mr. Jones. What exactly can you do to grease the wheels? M Grand Group is a massive conglomerate. You really have the juice to get Claire that contract?" Wendell scoffed, oozing disdain. "Oh, please, what do you know? The Joneses and M Grand go way back. We're tight as ticks. A third of this $2 billion deal is earmarked for us. I'll have Dad carve out a few million from our cut and subcontract it to Claire. Just like that, mission accomplished. She delivers the goods to her family." "Well," Charlie feigned astonishment, "I had no idea your family was so deeply entrenched with M Grand." "Damn straight," Wendell declared smugly. "Everybody who's anybody in Oris Hill knows the Jones name is synonymous with M Grand Group. We're in lockstep." Wendell turned to Charlie with a sneer. "Listen up, chump. Stop holding Claire back like some bottom-feeding toad in a well. A loser like you can't give her anything. You're just a roadblock to her success." Claire's voice was pure ice. "Excuse me, Mr. Jones, but I don't require your assistance, and you will not disrespect my husband." Flabbergasted, Wendell sputtered. "Are you kidding me, Claire? I'm throwing you a lifeline here, and you're still defending this man? What could he possibly offer you?" "He is not worthless," Claire declared firmly. "He is my husband." Wendell was seething now, his face twisted in fury. Fine then, look a gift horse in the mouth. We'll see how well you manage this mess solo. When it all blows up in your face, don't come crying to me that I didn't throw you a bone. He whipped around and stormed out, slamming the door so hard it rattled. Elaine moved to chase after him, but he was long gone. Smacking her thighs in frustration, she rounded on Charlie, jabbing a finger in his face. "This is all your damn fault, you useless sack of crap! The only thing you're good for is screwing things up for her! Mr. Jones was going out of his way to extend an olive branch and you had to piss him off!" Charlie just shrugged, unfazed. "Mom, he was all talk. The guy can't even snag a deal with Emgren himself. How's he supposed to bail out Claire?" "That's bullcrap, and you know it!" Elaine practically screamed. "The Joneses have a third of Emgren's business in their pocket. Shows what you know, you ignorant turd!" Internally, Charlie scoffed. He was intimately familiar with the Jones family's capabilities, or lack thereof. One thing he knew for dead certain: Emgren Group would never partner with the likes of them. And even if, by some crazy fluke, Emgren and the Joneses had done big business in the past, well, that train was about to go off the rails permanently, starting now. Of course, Claire was oblivious to her husband's train of thought. She turned to her irate mother, trying to smooth things over. "Mom, don't take this out on Charlie. I'll handle it when I meet with Emgren, okay? We can talk after." "God, give me strength!" Elaine groaned dramatically. It was just her rotten luck to be saddled with a deadbeat husband, only to watch her daughter follow suit. The unfairness of it all.